Hello, darling. It's Jennifer from the patio. Thank you for popping in today. So if you're new to my channel, I just want to welcome you and let you know that I am Jennifer, the creator of Jennifer from the Patio, lover of paper and junk journaling, card making, and folio making. And if you're returning to my channel, I just want to tell you thank you. It really does help, and I appreciate you very, very much. So today we are working on my Come Away With Me journal, and well, actually it's a folio, a large folio with a journal insert. But Houston, we have a problem because, and let me show you as I pull up my chair. We have a problem because I started making some ephemera for it, and let me just show you real quick once again what the journal looks like and what we're doing. So this is a folio. It opens like this, has a little area for pocket for some goodies, and then it opens like this, and then like this, and then this one opens up like this. So you get this full range of just a beautiful lake scene. And this is, right here in the middle is where this journal is going to reside. Now here I have a flip up, cascade out pocket with a large journaling card. Okay, and all of these areas are writing spots. Now, I don't know about you. A lot of people that buy junk journals and make junk journals, they're not really for journaling. They're more for art, and I think that's fabulous and wonderful. I particularly like to journal, and so I make them so that I have spaces to journal. But I will tell you that if you're a journaler, they're so beautiful when you just write anywhere you find a spot. At the end of this, what you fill everything up, you have the most beautiful, unique, authentic junk journal. And, some people like to pass them on to their family. I personally don't do that, but you never know. But anyway, so this is our little journal insert, and then over here this flips out, like I say, and then this also flips to the left, and then you have this. This is for pictures. You can journal on it. We may or may not be putting some ephemera in here, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I put this section in here that has the cascading, which is to the right and the left, in here. It kind of took up a lot of my real estate for my insert for my journal, which is fine because it doesn't matter where you write, whether it be in here or here. So I was, the first day we made, let me pull this out. So we started working on our junk journal. I got all my papers. This is some of my coffee dyed paper. Love, love. I made some more last week. Let me show you that because in this video on Monday, I said I was going to show you guys, and then I didn't. And I mean, that is just so rude of me. So let me show you real quick the stack that I made. And I just did a lot of different things. These I soaked in overnight. And then I put them on top of, and you can see if you just look how it's embossed. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It's embossed. And then on the back, it's, of course, it's the reverse. It's imprinted. So I did these. These were the second day. And I love the color. It's different. But you need to have some variety in your pack. So anyway, some are more embossed than others. But so there's that. And then I made some that just laid on top of it. And see, you can see that this is the same pattern as that, but it just wasn't embossed because I didn't press it down and dry it. So it's all about technique. So anyway, there's those. And then I have my, the ones that I use. I did some really thick 110-pound paper, and also did my 65-pound. So I have some really thick sheets. But then I have these that are lighter than, as you can see, this. it's just the journal I'm working in. But I did some that were lighter. I went ahead and peeled them up. And I do them in the sun. You know, I live in Texas. It's very sunny here most of the time. And so, anyway, they turned out really good. That one's a little smeared, but it's okay. I love it. But look at that. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? I tell you, I said on Monday, I went up to my husband, and I go, honey, look at this. Look at that. And, of course, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you can tell he's not a paper lover, because anybody that loves paper, just the smell too is just, you know, it's coffee dyed. So, but doesn't that make you happy? It does me. And then this technique is, it's 110, but when I soaked it, I took it out and I kind of crunched it together. I didn't like squeeze it, but I just kind of crunched it together and then laid it out flat. But look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I took my vintage photo and just kind of did some of the edges. Cannot wait to use that. And then I did some of the 65 pound the same way, just kind of crumpled it up and just made some bumps. Anyway, thought I'd share that with you real quick before we start doing something else. Anywho, back to our original program. So this is the journal that we are sticking into our folio. And the first day, I put these pockets in, and then I made these really pretty pocket or booklets. And this one has a beautiful card with some coffee dyed paper on the back. So I put a little embellishment up at the top. Then this one is just a pull-out pad of paper of scraps, which I thought was just so cute. And this is wonderful and great. I also put just a rose on the back because I just thought it was pretty. And I thought, you know, this is so awesome. You know, I'll put one in the front, and then I'll put this one in the back because I put one here. And that's great. Oh, and this one is like this. So I've just put a couple of papers in there and stuff. So this one is not as thick as the other one is. Well, then the other day, I started working without you guys because I really need to get these done because I have a show on Mother's Day weekend, and I'd like to bring these journals to sell. But I do want to ask you, too, if you watch this and you see, would you be interested in buying my journals? I mean, sometimes I'm just like, I don't even know. So anyway, if you are, let me know. If you have seen something and you're like, I would really love to have one, let me know. And I'll start posting them on my Ko-Fi shop. So anyway, I did a little bit of stenciling on my tracing paper, and then I attached this. It's a side, over the side tuck, and then I put a little card in there. I'm not finished with that, but I was trying to see the bulk. Well, I made this really cute, and I believe I saw this on Silver and Sparkle, and it also could have been Cara Renee, who is on the design team with House of Mahalo, and it might have been her. I just remember whoever it was said that when they cut their paper out, they had to put the one side to the right and the other to the left so they could remember where to put their pockets. But anyway, but I made one of these from them. I was like, oh, okay, let me make something. And just kind of, did some stamping and whatever. And then I put, I made some of out of the sellotape, I attached it to some dictionary page. Anyway, so I made this. Well, listen, all this in here makes it so thick that when I put it inside the folio, look what it does. It pops up, and then that has a hard time closing. And I was like, I can't have that. It has to be thinner. So, whoever buys the journal, whether it's at the Mother's Day market or, somebody at my Ko-Fi shop, I will include all of these beautiful little booklets on the side, but I'm not going to put them inside the journal because it's just too bulky. So I thought, well, what am I going to put in there? Because I need something. I mean, it could just be plain, but I mean, I like to have a little bit. So what I thought is I have some beautiful paper that has these sweet little girls on them. And so I thought, okay, I'll make tags for the front and the back with these two little girls. So we're going to do that today. And then let's see what else I made. So then I did a little stamping of the little girl pulling in a wagon. It says, you make each day a little brighter. And then I made this, and this is a pop, you know, just a little fold up or flip up. And then I put a card in the back. I still need to coffee dye the back. And then I put a little saying that says meander through the meadow. So I know I want to put some things in here. So I really love, these get you so much real estate. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put one of these in here in the front. And then I'm going to put one of these on this side. And then that's going to be it. That's going to be it. So, and then I'm going to put tags in the front and the back. And I need one tag here. And then that's going to be it for the inside. And then whoever buys this will, of course, get this ephemera that I've already made. So anyway, come along with me today. That's what we're doing. We're gonna fill this up and move along with that because I have more kits that I've created that I'd like to present and make some beautiful things out of. So I'm going to pull this sheet out only because it's fragile tracing paper and I'd like it to be on the side. Okay, so let's work on this. Okay, we're going to make big tags for each of these. This is 8.5 by 11 paper, so I feel like that is a perfect tag, right? So how this I glued down like a crazy person. What was I thinking? Maybe I wasn't thinking. I don't know. Okay, so let me see what we're going to get here. So that is, I'm going to say 4. Let's start with 4 inches. And that's probably for both sides, so I'll put that aside. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing good today. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, it's Tuesday, and it was kind of sunny this morning, and now it's just, I don't know what happened. It went away. So, I had to turn on some extra lights. Let me just take that off. Okay, let me do this. Because I want a little bit of room on that side. So we said 4. Oh, see, I was doing it right. Hurrah! Okay, 4. Yes, that's perfect. And that would make a really pretty belly band somewhere. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to do this one. And she's not touching anything. So that, I'm going to look and see what 4 looks like. Because 4 is here. I want to get those. I just think that is so pretty. Yeah, I mean, why can't we just cut that off? That gives us 2 pretty belly bands or something that we can make and include in that journal kit. Okay, and I am so sorry that I pushed so hard on this to make a lot of noise, but it is what it, I mean, I can't help it. You know? It's the muscles. It's the muscles. Okay, so let's get this done. And there's enough room at the top that we can cut, you know, the tag shape, which is good. Because those areas, they kind of need a tag. They need to look like a tag. I mean, we could round the corners on them, But we're going to do that for the other ones that we're putting in. So I'm going to put those aside. Okay. One is bigger than the other. Did I say 4? No, that one's 4. Oh, I must have cut it 4 1/4. And I know it's going to be too big, so I need to cut that down. Okay, so there's that. And let's back it with some of this new paper that I just coffee dyed. How about that? Let's take a piece like this. And I like this side because it's light, but I also like that side because you can see. I'm going to do it on this side. Okay, so we are going to attach these to there. So let me get my glue book out. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing good today. It's another day. It's another day to just enjoy life and craft and create and, you know, spend time with the people that we love. So, I have been watching a lot of videos. I say a lot, but I've been watching some different people, you know, sharing the love and plus just getting ideas. You know, I like to watch other people and get ideas. And so anyway, I've been watching some people. But I also came up with a craft and I was going to put it in. I was going to put it in this journal, and I'll show you what it is. I may have to do it as just another day. Well, you know, something to make. But I came up with it, and then I was like, well, Jennifer, it won't even fit. I mean, it's so limited space in that area, so I wasn't able to do it. Which was a bummer because I thought it was just real cute. But I can still make it. We can still do it, but just for a different project. So I am just using UHU glue, and it seems to be the best that I have come across for me. You know, everybody's different. We all have our... But, you know, do you ever look back at, like, some of the journals you made years back and, you know, test and try to see if they're still put together good and all of that kind of stuff? Well, I have one that I used, like, the adhesive double-sided tape on. And it didn't stand up very well. But everything that I've glued, as far as the UHU stick and then just my art glitter glue... or Lineco, even Lineco kind of, you know, no offense, but it kind of tends to, you can pull it, you know, you have to be careful because you can start pull and then it'll just pull off, kind of like a glue gun. You know how a glue gun, you'll put the glue down and then you can peel it. That's going to be pretty on the back. So my husband and I went on a thrift adventure last night, and I got a whole bag of goodies for $9.99, and I got all kinds of brads, and it was like a whole bag full of stuff, and I love those kind because you never know what you're gonna get. So for $10, I was like, okay, because I'm really trying not to buy stuff because I do have a lot of stuff, but you know, sometimes you just are like, you don't know what's going to be in there that you don't have. But anyway, so that was fun. And so I got to come home and play with that and put it all up and, you know, do what we do. We have to organize. I'm an organized crafter. Let me know in the comments. Are you an organized crafter? Or is it a mess? And, you know, that's how your brain works. And I think it's fabulous. I mean, I will say I love to watch Shabby Dabby Doodah because Tina with Shabby Dabby Doodah, her desk, but she is so creative. In that creative space, she's freaking amazing. And so I think it's just whatever, you know, whoever you are and, you know, the best way that you work. So I would like to know, though. I mean, you know, I'm drinking my coffee. It's getting a little cold. But let me know if you are a neat crafter. Like every day I clean my desk before I wipe my this down. And this was my mother. I inherited it from my mother, and she's no longer with us. And so it's very precious to me because she was a seamstress, and so she you know, she used this for that. But anyway, so I wipe it down every night, and I put everything back where it goes, and then I you know, make sure that everything's where it needs to be, and then the next morning I come in and turn on my computer and do all the stuff. Okay, so, but I would be interested to know what you do, you know. And if you are one of those that you work best in chaos, I think that's awesome. My husband's that way. He writes notes a lot, but he knows where everything is, you know, and I just have a lot of respect for people like that. Okay, so this one is, I think I'm going to use this for, and they just have to be flat, y'all, and I know it's boring, but I'm going to use it for this. This is what I thought, what I said. Okay, so this one is going to go here. And I've made this out of dictionary page, big dictionary pages. And all you do, and I have a video, I'll put it up, you know, at the top for you to go and check out. And so it's made out of, it's doubled. I always double mine, and I use UHU glue, and I make, anyway, go see, the video will be there, and you can see how I make it. But it's so much real estate, because you put a tag up at the top, you put a tag here, you can put something here, there's a flip up so that you can, you know, write, which I think I'll just put some gesso on it. And then the way you glue it down, then you can put a side pocket or something. So as long as we keep everything flat, I think we're going to be okay. And I have printed all of this paper on 65 pounds. So I think we're going to be good with just that. But what I thought is, for this, I thought it would look cute if I put this, like make a tag with this side. I think I was like going to here, yeah. And then putting it in here. And then on this side, I would put it where it would come and you could, no. I would put this one in the back. Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So I have a prototype that I made. And so I'm just going to use the measurements on these because it just makes it easier for me. So I'm not like, oh, yeah. So, and I'm just going to place it on here, and I'm going to see where it best fits and what looks good to me. And then I'm going to mark it and say, I want this, and then this, and then that. And then you have to remember where they are, because I know I marked it. Was it on this one? Ah, yeah, it's on that one. Like, where is it? So basically, I'll give you the measurements because I'm looking at it. It's probably going to be 4 inches or 4 1/4. We're going to see once I pull this handle down here. And then let me just cut that off so I can use this top piece for something and it's bigger. And then I'm going to do it from the back. And I'm going to pull it down. I know you can't see me, but I'm just marking with my pencil on the back side, so that I can see it a little, and you guys can see it a little better. But yes, correct. I was correct. It is 4 inches. Okay. Perfect. And then I have my trusty in my thingamajig. Do you have one of these thingamajigs? It just has stuff in it. And then I'm going to erase these marks, especially that one at the top. I'm waiting for that other glue to dry, which is why we didn't finish that. You know, I just need it to dry. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one, the height is fabulous. So let's put that handle down so I don't hurt myself. And then I definitely want the rest to be in there. And then that flower. So I'll just mark there. And I think this is 4 inches as well. This one's 4 1/4. It's a little bit bigger. Yes, 4 1/4. So we should be good as long as we get this one. No, oh, there it is. I'm like, where is it? Let's get that cut off first, and then we'll look at the rest. And then 4 1/4. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. Okay, and see, isn't that pretty? I just love big tags. And this is going to be, I mean, that's a cute little belly band. And look, another little card. Oh, that is our card. Hello. Sorry. Okay, so there's those two. Let me put that back with where it belongs. We'll put it back in here. And, okay. So we do have a belly band at least. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to make these tags. And I'm not going to put anything on the back because I need to check the bulk first. So let me get my little tag maker and my scissors. I guess that one will do. That'll do, pig. That will do. If you don't have one of these, just take an old credit card, or I don't even know. Oh, this is Cons. Yeah, home, whatever. And then just randomly do some cuts. Some angled a little deeper, some shorter. And then that way it fits pretty much any paper that any size that you want to cut into a tag. And then you just, put it on there. And I used to, when I first started, you would take this little corner and then you'd it's too small. I don't have time for that. Too small. So that's why I do this. And I actually have several of them cut and ready to go with just different cuts on them. So I have this one, and then I have this one, and then some of them I tend to cut like into it, so I have to kind of, but see, I have one that has just a little bitty, so they just come in handy. And you can take it from an old Starbucks or Whataburger or whatever, card that you got for Christmas that you've already used. And then all of my tags, I like to put, this is a bigger one, and so I love this little, I don't know why, I just like the subtleness of the bottom. And these papers are just pretty enough that you don't really need to do anything with them. I mean, I might go put some cute little flowers or something, or I have these little pearls, like I was thinking about putting these white little pearls in the middle of all of those. That would be pretty. But once again, it's going to be bulk in my journal. So that's the only thing about me putting that extra flap with the waterfall in it on this particular one, because you just don't have enough space. Okay, so what do I want to do? Do I want to do grommets because that adds space, or do I want to do my badge hole punch, or do I want to do one of each? Let's do that. So I'll use that for one. And I think that's what I did on the other. And then I think I'll just put a brad in here, but a flat one. I have some really cute flat brads. So this is the one I'm going to put, because if and I have to apologize to you guys, because I notice that I will say something and then in my head, I'm already working it out, but it doesn't come out of my mouth all the time. So I was watching one of my videos and I'm like, I didn't even finish that sentence. I'm just like going on like a crazy lady. But I think that's just how, I don't know, I guess that's just how I process or something. But I will work on that so that you are not confused about what I am doing. So if we put something thin in here, I have on my desk my trusted lace that I use all the time. And I do like to use it in this particular punch because it's flat. And then I don't have to worry about bulk. Except I want it to be this way. And I guess white's okay. I do believe I may have some pink. It's sari silk. It might be too bulky. So I'm just going to stick with flat. And I'm going to put a Tim Holtz. So I have a little piece for another day. And then I'm going to cut this one at an angle. And I'm going to get... I did tell you guys that I found my Tim Holtz because... You know, I'm so neat. I had put them in a drawer. Oh, go figure, right? So let me just put a little one there. See, that's cute. It's still pretty. It's still cute. And then this one, I'm going to put a brad in here. So let me, I do have some flat brads. Let me get all my stuff out. Because you're going to be shocked and amazed at all of this. Is that the most fabulous thing you've ever seen? Look at this. These are my flat ones. Okay. Look. And all of these are new. These are the ones I got last night from my thrift haul. So I got purple and blue and orange and yellow and pink and green. And so I had to rearrange so that I could get them all in here. But they look like buttons because they have little holes in them. Adorable. Ugh. And those are flat. Oh, maybe that would be pretty. They're kind of flat. Let's try one. How about pink? And I have a big one. Aren't those, like, they're so cute. They're not really that flat, but let's try it. But yes, this was a gift from a friend of mine named Lisa. She gave me all of these. And I came home and cried. I was just so beside myself because she was so generous. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing. And they're all so different. Look how pretty that is. I was thinking that might work too, but I was thinking, you know what? This one is flat. I think I'm going to do that one. I think I am. Because it is flat and it's pink. And I need to stop hoarding these because I don't really think I'm hoarding them. It's just that, I mean, I do use them in my journals, but anyway, isn't that awesome? I even have one more in here, but, you know, I just didn't pull it out. Oh, see, that'll be so cute. Yes. Okay, so let's do that. And I need my little hole punch, and I think it's this pretty green. Nope, that's Christmas tree. Let's see. Mr. Hole Punch. Let me look. I have Mr. hole punch. Where are you? And I like it because it's, yeah, here it is. It's just a small little hole. And it's not too big. See, it's just a little one. Okay, and I'm going to just eyeball it. And I'm going to do it down far enough. Because this is a, yes. I love it. Okay, so there's that. And then we have that. So this goes in here. This is going to go here. You can't go wrong with the book page. You just can't. And then what are we going to do down here? Well, I have my I don't want to cover up too much. I really do want to put some gesso on that. So I really need something just tall. Have a rocking chair. A rocking chair kind of goes with being outside. Also have this really pretty flower too. I have this pink one. And then this, I can put something like that in that pocket. Also have that. Now remember, if it starts to get too bulky, I'm going to have to take some of this out. But it's mostly the grommets that tend to do that and the brads, but I kind of like that. It's just simple, but I do need something behind it. So I can either, that's for my thing. Let's just see what we have, because if I don't know what we have, then I won't know what to put behind there. Okay, so there's all that. And then here was some little stuff. That's what I was looking for. Here's some little things. So I have I'm just working it out, so and then when you open it, I kind of like that. I do. Okay, so let me think. I don't want to just put that down. I want to put something behind it. Let me get my box of labels. See if there's something that I could put. If this even went out just a hair, that would be okay too. I kind of want it down. And then maybe I'll put a word or something there. Or a number. Let's see what we have. Okay, I think that's good with the labels. And then I'll come over here and put, kind of want to hide that little bit, but I want to put something down here. Let's see. I've got black. These are more inspirational. Can you see me? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just looking. That's kind of what I was looking for, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let me ink this up. And the other's just a given. Those are just, you know, they're already inked up, ready to go. So let me, I think I want to do, I want it to stick over just a hair and then be kind of like that. So let me look where we are. Okay, first row, I'm going to do it right to there. Okay, so I'm going to avoid getting it close to the edge over here so that it's not, you know, glue's not hanging off the edge. So let me do it like this. So let me do, whoops. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. And that's the only thing about this particular one. I need a smaller spout. And then we said here, I think it came over just a hair. Not that far. Perfect. And then we'll stick that in here. Guess I'm okay with that. I'm going to take it all the way to the top though. And this one's already inked, so we don't have to worry about that. And I love the edges made with some crimp scissors, so it kind of just adds a little bit to it as well. And then we'll put that down, push that up, push that over, there. And then I think I'll just put this number. And I kind of like the distressed one. Let me cut it this way. Don't always cut really straight. When I get towards the end of something, I don't know why I end up going to the right, but I don't know. It just is what it is. Okay, ink, just to get rid of these little white spaces on the edges. I'm trying not to go very long. Let me see how long we are. Oh, 44 minutes. Goodness gracious. Are you still there? Are you still there? I hope so. I try not to go over like too far because, you know, people are busy. They don't have time for that. I mean, I left a little bit too much on that. That's okay. I may end up putting something else on there too. Actually, that doesn't look bad with that little black thing coming out. So this can be writing space. And so I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just put a little gesso on here. And then that way it'll just kind of hold it down. But yeah, that looks good. And then we'll have, I don't think I'll put two. I think I'll just put the book in there. And then we'll have this tag. And then we'll have that one. Yes, that sounds fabulous. Okay. Let's see. So now that's done. So that's going to go on one side. So we'll put that to the side, and then we will pull. Let me put all my boxes over here. Let me pull these out, and then we'll get these all taken care of. I'm just going to cut these. Yeah, that looks like it has just a sliver on the end. And we must rid ourselves of this sliver. Okay. And then we'll cut this cute little girl out. I just think these are precious. It's a sweet girl walking through the meadow and brushing her hand against the wildflowers. Oof. That's where I want to be right now. There's a group on Facebook for hiking in Texas, and I just joined the group because I love to hike and I love to be outdoors. And my daughter and I, she used to work for a school district and then changed jobs not too long after that, but we used to hike every summer because she would be off, and then she'd be off at Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. So she was my partner in crime. We would go and hike, in Texas. And her and I went to Tennessee, and we hiked to Tennessee mountains. And we all went to Colorado with my whole family, my daughters and their family. But anyway, so she doesn't get to hike as much anymore. And so I need to find a new hiking partner because my husband, that is not what he wants to do. And I totally understand. Okay, so I was going to make these into tags, but you know what? I think I'm just going to round them. I think it would be prettier to be rounded. So let's do that. I'm always tapping this because the little ones get stuck in there, and so it's just a habit. I go like that just to get them off. And I always do it face up so that I can see that I'm getting in, because so many times I've done this and it's like I can't see. So I always do it face up. That's a little trick for you guys if you have some of that. Just always do it face up so you can see what you're doing. Okay, so that is going to be the two tags. Very excited about these. I love these little girls. And I think it's just going to be so cute. Let me get my inky. And so then we have our beautiful paper on the back. And I'll do the same to the other ones if I feel like it's not going to be too much bulk. But I'm just going to keep on keeping on, ladies and gentlemen, because I'd like to do maybe one more video for this particular journal. And then I'm going to be off and running to the next digital kit that I've created. And it's spring flowers. And if I don't hurry up, spring's going to be over. So, and I just have a few, and I'm going to show you at the end. I want to just show you real quick what it is that we're going to make with it. This had just a little bit of hangover on this side. So I'm very excited about the show coming in May. I attended the show last year and it was fabulous. I mean, it was really good. I sold quite a few things. Actually had several women in wanting to invite me to their church to teach them how to make cards and different things. So that was fun. So anyway, I'm hoping that it'll be another really successful event. And I just love doing shows. I think that it's just fun. It's just one of those things that just makes me happy. Okay, so that's going to go there. That looks so good. And then this one is going to go in the back, and that looks good too. Look, the colors are perfect. And then this, that was the one that we're going to do on that side. If I have time, I may do it right now, but we'll see. So this one that we just made is going to go here. And I love the pink with the pink. It just looks so good. So let's go ahead and attach it, and then we can maybe see if we have time to do the other. I'm going to attach it so that, I mean, I hate that I can't put more stuff in, I guess, because you just can't have enough pockets. You see my dilemma? But I'm going to do it just because. I'm going to make it so that I could put something in there if I wanted to. And I might even just put like some tracing paper. Fold it up. It's thin. It just gives a little bit of extra writing space. We just have to. And I just went around that little cut just so that, I'm going to take that out. Okay. And I'm just going to put it on here closer to the left and in the middle. Meaning, so this won't, yeah, see that Lineco, it really went, I mean, it spreads out. You see it? I'm hoping it doesn't close this end up here. Maybe if I didn't press it down so much, Jennifer, maybe it wouldn't. Let me pop this open. My, Bubba, you sure are sighing deep. What's the matter, honey? What is the matter? Are you having a rough dog day? Okay, so let me just get the excess off. Okay. I'm just going to push that down, make sure it's all secure. Make sure it doesn't, whoopsie, there's some more. I'm heavy-handed with the glue. Let's do this. I do not want that to stick in at all. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so there's that one. This goes in here. Perfect. Now the other one I wanted to make is one like this. So, and we can do that real quick. And I want it to be exactly the width and everything of this. So let me get my paper. And the one that I was going to put in there, because you have to have tags, so we've got to have that. So this is, let me look and see what this is. This is about almost 3.5, which I think that would be a good size, is 3.5. So we want it to be, and I love the holes, so I'm going to leave those out. So this is going to be like that, and then this, it's going to be like this. Something's got to be upside down, so I'm making it to where the back is upside down. So 3.5. I'm just going to punch this down, whatever this is. It's going down. I'm making a tube. So I realize, you know, sometimes that I'm not just doing this, you can come along, that you may want to do it. So I do have a video, so go check those out. But you're basically making, you double your paper because you want it to be strong enough, especially at the tops. You could fold it over to make the lip stronger, where you put the the notch where, because this is, you're going to be pulling it out, putting it in, and so it just takes a lot of abuse. And so I just double mine, and it just makes it thicker, and it lasts longer. So anyway, we're just making a tube, and so we want it to be 3.5. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then about right here. So I'm just gonna come like this, and then just push it down. And we're making a tube. That's all we're doing. And so it depends on which side you want, but like I say, this, we want the text when it comes up like this. I want this text to be on the top. So our holes are going to be on the left-hand side. And then we're just going to glue that down. But first, yes, you know the drill. We will ink this up so that it looks distressed and used. And I'm going to put a little ink on those holes. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to just make sure I get all of this. And some of this you may or may not see, but I want to make sure that I am covered whichever way it is. Okay, so this is going to be like this, this, and this. Okay, and then we'll just ink this one little side right here. And this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink that. I'm just in my mind making sure that I have everything the way it's supposed to go. I like to do the edge of this on the right hand side where the holes are. And like I say, this Lineco, you got to be careful because it really does kind of come out. And then I just go like this. Boop, 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 boop. Put a little bit there. Then I turn it around, and then I put it right close to the edge, not too much. Try to get it to thinner bead. And then that way when it comes over, I'm not going to put tons of ink on it. And then we just push it down. And then we kind of know that there's no ink on the inside. So you're just making a tube. And just open it up. Make sure that nothing's glued in there. And that everything is glued down here. I was looking for my bone folder. You see, my desk is a mess now because I've got things. But guess what? I have another one. So let me just push that down. Okay, so I really liked this height one and the way it is because sometimes you can bend them and do them like this, but it won't fit on the page right because your page is about, what, 5 inches wide? So we have to be careful that we don't, you know, you can't go over. So I really liked this. So I'm going to mimic it. And I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to put it like this. And then I'm just going to mimic it. So that I can get that exact fold right there. Oh, look, I found my bone folder. He was stuck in there. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I'm doing it this way. Okay. Well, let's do it again. Okay, get that crease down. And that's not hurting anything. It's going to correct itself. Okay, so let's make sure this is pushed down. Push. So see, you want it to be even on your line, and then you'll have one going this way and one going this way. Now, if it was 1 ply, I would put these together, and I'll show you that on the video, and then punch it. It's too much. Like, it's too thick to do that. So I'm just going to do them separate. And I'm not real worried about you know, I mean, I'm centering them as much as I possibly can, but I'm not like going to measure or do anything like that. There is no need to do that. So it goes like this. Let me rebend that. So it goes like this, and then let me, and I like to do the inside too, just to kind of rough it up a little bit. And I'll turn it over and do the same, because you're gonna flip it's gonna, you know, be at an angle that you can flip it down, and so there'll be some you can write in here, and so you kind of want to have the holes inked so that they, you know, you don't see the white. And so okay, let me make sure that everything is inked. You're not going to see the back, but you will see it from the side. Okay, so there we go. And this one has a belly band on it, but then I have to put brads, and I just don't know if it can handle it. I don't know if it can handle it. We shall see. Okay, it was on the pink, so we're going to do it on the pink. And this one is over here. And this one, I think it's dry now, so I can put this back in. Okay, so this is the pink, so that's going to be on that side, and then this one is going to be on this side. I like to do them closer to the edge so that it doesn't put the bulk in the center of the journal. And if you want, you know where I saw this, and I'm pretty sure, I don't want to tell you a fib, but I think it was G. Kerr with Happiness and Crafting. And I'm pretty sure that that is who I got this from. She did a whole bunch of really cool things, and I have incorporated, this is years back, I've incorporated these in my journals ever since. I love these. I love the little heart fold outs that she makes, and I probably will do a video one day on all of that, because I just think they're just wonderful. They're great. So you just glue it down, only the back one. Sometimes I'll glue both of them, and I'll actually glue this one to this, but I'm going to make it to where it can flip down. So I'm just going to glue this back. And I'm not going to go up too far on that flap. I'm just going to do it. And I'm definitely not going to get close to the edge, because obviously this squirts out. So we don't want that to happen. We just want it to be adhered to the page. Okay, so let's do that. And then we're going to come closer to the edge, but not too far. And then give it a good push. Get that down. That tag is on the other side. I can feel that flat. I can feel it. The flat brad that we put on there. And even though it flips up right now, it is going to be fine. Once they are in the journal and it's just in there holding, it's going to train itself to lay down. Okay, so let's make some tags to go in these. And I'm going to use this pretty paper with some florals. And let's attach something pretty on it. Something pretty. What do we have that's pretty? Well, let's see. Let's see what we have in our little, all our goodies here. No. Okay, our paper is this. So what do I want? I'm kind of a matchy girl. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I am. Is he the cutest? Okay, I like him. And then we need something in the back. No, that doesn't go right. I mean, I already have paper here, so. I think I'm going to make like a little pocket with something. Just like a little pocket or something to put something in. These are too big. But I had some smaller ones. This is the fun part, you know, where you just kind of get to go through all your stuff and go, okay, what do I have and what can I put in there? Okay, so I'm going to keep those out. And I said that our tags, this was about, yeah, 3.5. So I'm going to make them 3 1/4. And I'm going to make them, these were the ones I made for the other. Does that go? I like it. I think I want this one a little bit taller, but I like this one. So this is 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. Yes, 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. So let me get this out. 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. And you know what? I think I'll just use this side. So we'll do 3 1/4. That's pretty. Let's see, 5 1/4 would be there. And then 5 1/4 would be right at the stairs. I kind of like that. So there's the small one, which is this. Did I do it wrong? Yes, I did. I did it too short. That's okay. That is okay. So I'm going to do 3 1/4 again. And I think it was 5 3/4, but for the bigger one, oh, here it is. Let's see, this one is 7 1/4. So let's do 7 1/4 for this. I'll cut the stairs off. There's 7, and then 1/4 is probably right there. So 7 1/4. I really like that, and it's okay that it's shorter. Let me see what it looks like. So we'll have that, and then we'll have this one. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well let's make tags out of those. And I'm sure I'm going over an hour. Let me look and see where we're at. Yes, I'm at 1 hour and 8. You guys, I'm so sorry. You're probably already gone. You're already gone. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm just making stuff. And I hope you stick around. Because, you know, it's fun to learn different things. You probably already know how to do this, but I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe you haven't seen anything like that before, you know? But anyway, almost done. And I won't even ink them. That way we can get done. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you like what you see and you're having a good time, please do. I love it. I love it when you comment and just engage. It's a lot of fun. I think I'm going to do this one, the middle one. So please do. I would love it. Love it. And then these for sure, I'm going to put a flat brad in them. So there'll be that one. And this one. And let's get the book out. And let's get my other little page that I stamped on. So this goes right there. This goes here. And then this one goes here. And then that goes like that. And I will make a pocket and attach that. So here we go. So these are the ones that go. So we have our little girl tags. Then I have this that I need to decorate. I still need a tag for that. Then we have a lot of writing space. And I'm excited about that because I love writing space. And then we have this one. We have the spread. Lots of writing in there. Then we have this, which is where these go. And this goes up here. And then in the back, we have this flip up with another sweet little girl. And then those are sweet. And then we have this one. So I love it. This is going to be fabulous in there. And so this is going to go inside of our folio right here. And you guys look, it is perfect. Perfect. It fits good. It adheres. It catches. That is fabulous. Okay, well that is all we're doing today. So I appreciate you coming and checking me out. I appreciate your comments and subscribing. And I will see you in the next video. And remember, you only know what you know until you know something different. Bye-bye.